Mass shootings. Yep, we don't just have mass shootings in the United States, do we? There's a mass shooting in Russia. You think we're going to hear about it? Probably not. How about in Poland? Well, it's a lot more likely. How about if it's in New Zealand? Well, yeah, very likely. That all depends on the media. Now, whether or not we hear the real story is a bit different. In Russia, they tend to try to stifle everything from Western society. It's not our business. If they're not perfect, well, screw it. Western world ain't perfect either, so the Western world can get over it. Many of the things that we were taught in the 1980s about Russia, about the USSR, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. A lot of the stuff that we were taught turned out we'd been doing to our own people. It was the same propaganda we told about the Nazis. Now, how much of that ended up being propaganda and how much was true, we don't really know. We know that the Holocaust was absolutely real. That's not a figment of anybody's imagination. That is absolutely something that did happen. We got a lot of stuff going on today that's just horrible. We like to run around and blame everybody but ourselves, don't we? Well, you know what? It is all of our fault. We're not working together. There was a time when people did work together. That was a long time ago. Now it's being forced to go to work in exchange for what? Is our Western medicine really that much greater than the rest of the world? No, it's not. There are different parts of the world where they have different access to medicines. There are some places where there's large quantities of people who live according to wives' tales. Chinese doctors, for example. There's actual doctors in China. They're not all voodoo witch doctors like we like to pretend. We like to pretend that every Chinese doctor out there is prescribing wolf tail and tiger testicle and whatever. Not every person in China, I am certain, feels or dawn or rhinoceros labia or some nastiness like that in order to get an erection. We'll do it the natural ways, of course. One of the things we push here too, we got a lot of naturalists here. Naturalist herbs. Kind of like, we'll take some of the Chinese medicine. That's what we call it, don't we? Chinese medicine. Really? Chinese Western, Chinese Western, Chinese Western. Most of it, as far as the scientific stuff goes, is the same. Most of it also started off with test subjects that were homeless or disabled. Good to know, huh? United States, Russia, Japan, China, Germany, all of them. And then they all blame each other. Oh, it's their fault. They're doing these atrocities. You're all committing these atrocities. The way poor people are treated in a capitalist country is fucking nasty. It's disgusting. You know what else? Who is it that constitute the poor in a capitalist nation? The working class. The working class are the poor. And anybody who ends up injured is going to end up worse than poor because their insurance don't cover shit. And then we want to talk about America's universal health care. Do we really have it? And then there's all this money, all this free money that people want to keep claiming that we're getting. Well, shit, that'd sure be nice, but there's a lot of resources that you have to have in order to get certain resources. If you're not able to do something, how many people are actually going to be willing to help you? Shit, some of my taxes were ripped off from me. I could go get those taxes if I had a place to do it. But also it's a matter of being able to trust. And that trust does not exist. Not without civilian oversight. And that's one of the things I've been really trying to get people to understand. All these folks out here on the street, each and every one of them going, you know what, fuck this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my help, then I'm going to bounce. So, of course, they promise to help you. They get the resources they need from you to get up and out, even if it takes empty promises. And then they take advantage of you. Not because they don't like you. It's because they see an opportunity to get up and out. They know that nobody's going to give a shit. Nobody's going to help them. It's no big deal. It's okay to rip off certain people. It's okay to take advantage of certain people. It depends on how much they have. And that includes human resources. Matter of fact, of all the resources you could possibly have, human resources are probably the most important. There's a reason for this. If you got 400 friends that don't give a shit about you and won't speak up if something happens, you don't have any actual friends. You don't have any real friends. If you got somebody who goes in with you and helps to coordinate with you to turn in your predators, that's a friend. A friend who, knowing that your family is in need of protection, will do something to help protect that family. That's a friend. All right. We're at McDonald's. No hanging out all day. Got enough to get a coffee, and I'll be able to go in there and use the bathroom, which I've been holding in. Walkers out, and I don't need them yet. And anybody that I encounter that needs one, I know where to go and get them. So it's not like I throw them away. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, no victim left behind.